Okay, this is really embarrassing because I used to think that discipline is the key to success. So I did what every high achiever did. I woke up early, I tracked my productivity, and I tried basically to stay on top of everything. But still, in the end of the day, I didn't feel accomplished. I still felt that something was missing, that I was lagging behind. And no matter how perfectly I planned my day, I still procrastinated, especially on the important tasks. And no matter how much I pushed myself, my brain was scattered. I didn't want to focus. And no matter how much I forced myself to focus, I still wasted time on things that didn't matter, that didn't move the needle at all. That's when I realized that discipline wasn't the issue. The problem was that I was unknowingly fighting against my own mind. So in this video, you will learn why relying on discipline is secretly making your success even harder, and how removing that hidden resistance in your brain helps you execute and work effortlessly without burnout. And I've worked with entrepreneurs, executives, and top performers who used to feel like success was a constant uphill battle. But the day they made this shift, they started to achieve bigger goals with way less effort. So imagine no more mental exhaustion, no more second guessing yourself. Instead, clarity, confidence, and effortless action. The thing is, you don't wake up one morning thinking, oh, I have a discipline problem. But you feel it, right? You feel it when you sit down to work, but you keep jumping between tasks instead of focusing on the big one. Or you feel it when you sit down to plan your day, but you keep reacting to social media messages or emails from your colleagues and coworkers and whatnot, instead of sticking to your priorities. And this is so frustrating because you know exactly what you need to do when, but your brain keeps making excuses to do something that is way easier. And when all of that happens, what is the first thing you tell yourself? I just need to be more disciplined. I need to stop getting distracted. I should be able to push through this. But this is no new concept. And no matter how much discipline you apply, you're still stuck in the same old patterns, aren't you? That's because discipline is not the problem. Resistance is. And if you don't address this resistance first, no amount of discipline will help you. The thing is, your brain isn't designed to work under constant force and stress and pressure. It's designed to follow what feels safe and rewarding, which is why discipline alone doesn't work the way you think it does. Because here is what's happening in your mind when you try to push through things. The more you force, the more your brain triggers stress mode. Every time you tell yourself, I have to focus, I have to get this done, your nervous system detects pressure, stress. And when your brain picks up on that stress, it activates the amygdala, the fight or flight center. And on top of that, a study found out that constant chronic stress shrinks the prefrontal cortex. And that is the part of your brain that's responsible for focus, decision-making, and problem-solving. That means the harder you force focus, the harder you actually can focus. And the more pressure you then apply, the more your brain resists to work. And with that, instead of making clear and fast decisions, your brain gets trapped in overanalysis and overthinking. I mean, have you ever noticed that the more you have to get something done, the more you procrastinate? That is the effect in action. Second, cognitive overload drains your mental energy. The thing is, your brain can only handle so many decisions before it starts shutting down. This is widely known as decision fatigue. If your entire day is fueled by discipline, forcing yourself to focus, forcing yourself to be productive, your brain runs to its sugar really fast, with the result that you feel mentally foggy by midday, or that you feel so exhausted even though you haven't done much and were sitting all day. And your willpower will be completely out of the window by the time you need it the most. I mean, have you ever noticed that by the end of the day, even the smallest decisions, like what you want to eat for dinner, feel so overwhelming to you? And third, your brain learns to connect work with pain. The more you force yourself, the more your brain links what you're doing with work, with pressure, with stress. But your dopaminergic system is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So that means if your mind associates deep work sessions with pain, how much do you think you can get done if your mind connects distractions with relief from that pain? This is why you suddenly start to clean your desk or your house or your desktop, or read all the emails before you start your important project. And you will always feel drained before you even begin. And this is where resistance takes over. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. Your brain is simply avoiding pain. I see these patterns all the time with high achievers, with entrepreneurs scaling their businesses, filling their calendars, executives leading massive teams, and professionals managing their high-pressure careers. I mean, they're driven, they're focused, strategic, all good, all nice, but behind the scenes, They wake up already feeling behind. They're constantly sitting in meetings without the feeling of getting something done. They set bigger and bigger goals, but it feels still like a rat race, like something they could never achieve. They have always to fight against it. And if they have a gap of 1 or 2 hours in the calendar, they freak out and feel so unproductive. And it's not because they're not disciplined enough. They are. Very. But they are also don't know that they're fighting a battle with their own mind. They're still relying on force-based success instead of flow-based success. So how do we change that? The highest performers don't just have more discipline than you. They have less resistance. This is the main difference between force-based success and flow-based success. Force-based success feels like pushing uphill, constant pressure, second guessing, exhaustion, never feeling accomplished. But flow-based success feels natural, effortless. You make clear decisions and you always have a sense of ease and play. And when you remove the resistance, everything shifts. Your focus returns naturally. Your decisions become faster and easier, and you stop overthinking and start just executing. So how do we make that shift? This is where the whole brain flow method comes in, and it's built around one simple principle. Success doesn't need more effort, it needs less resistance. For that, you need to find out and reprogram your subconscious blocks. These can be deep-rooted beliefs like slowing down means falling behind, or if I'm not booked 24/7, I'm a failure. And then you need to realign both brain hemispheres, your logical and your creative side. You will use more of your brain power with that. You will be smarter, faster, and see more connections where you need to see them. That means no more mental blocks, no more overthinking, just clarity and confidence in what you're doing. And then you will shift your mind into flow-based execution. Instead of pushing yourself to work, that you have to do it and that you have to remind this and that, your mind wants to do it. And with that, success becomes the path of least resistance. Your success will be inevitable. And imagine this, waking up with more clarity and calm and ease instead of feeling always behind. Taking the important action, tackling the important tasks without doubting yourself or overanalyzing, and relaxing and playing more while you quote-unquote work instead of stressing that you now have a 2-hour appointment gap in your calendar. So to finally break free from this effort-based, force-based success into flow-based success, click on the link below and book a clarity and flow call today. And on this call, we will find out what your hidden mental blocks are, what your subconscious beliefs patterns are that holds up the resistance. And we will find out what you specifically can do to work with clarity and ease and confidence and feel finally relaxed and free. So click the link below and book your clarity and flow call today.